Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanzeeba Nouri. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Trump doubles tariffs on Canadian metals. Ontario responds by cancelling electricity surcharge. US restarts intelligence sharing and security aid to Ukraine following ceasefire deal. Trump promised to protect Social Security and Medicare without cuts. Former Representative Katie Porter announced a run for California governor, promised to challenge Trump. USDA cut $1 billion in food funding for schools and food banks. House Republicans seek support for a stopgap bill to prevent shutdown. Governor Hochul announces funding for programs to support individuals with mental illness and disabilities. Gigi Hadid talks about her romantic and happy relationship with Bradley Cooper. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte arrested on ICC warrant over drug killings. Militants hijack train in Balochistan, hold 450 passengers hostage. Los Angeles and India among the worst air quality cities in 2024 report. And Manchester United announces plan for new 100,000-seat stadium near Old Trafford. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. Ontario Premier Doug Ford and U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick announced the suspension of a 25% surcharge on electricity exports to Michigan, New York, and Minnesota. This decision came after President Trump declared he would double tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum imports to 50%. The suspension of the surcharge followed President Trump's announcement that he would raise tariffs due to Ontario's move. Ford and Lutnick agreed to meet to discuss a new trade agreement and resolve ongoing tensions. Trump's decision to increase tariffs sparked concerns about worsening trade relations between the U.S. and Canada. Additionally, the president called for Canada to lift tariffs on U.S. dairy products and suggested Canada could avoid such tariffs by becoming the 51st state of the U.S. The announcement of higher tariffs led to market uncertainty, causing stocks to drop and raising fears of an economic slowdown in the U.S. The United States has lifted its pause on intelligence sharing and will resume security assistance to Ukraine following a ceasefire agreement between Kiev and Russia. The US and Ukrainian delegations reached a deal for a 30-day interim ceasefire with the potential for an extension by mutual agreement. In a joint statement issued after talks in Saudi Arabia, the US emphasized that Russia's cooperation is crucial for achieving peace. The decision came after a tense situation between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky in February, which had led to the suspension of intelligence sharing. During the talks, the US and Ukraine also discussed a deal to develop Ukraine's critical mineral resources, aiming to boost the Ukrainian economy and enhance security. Humanitarian issues, including the exchange of prisoners of war and the return of Ukrainian children, were also addressed. The discussions highlighted the need for lasting peace as the delegations praised Ukraine's resilience. The US has pledged continued support for Ukraine as the ceasefire proceeds. President Trump said he will not cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. He repeated this many times. Recently, some media reports claimed Elon Musk supported cutting these programs, but that was not true. Musk actually talked about stopping waste and fraud in government spending. He said entitlement programs take up most federal spending and that fixing fraud could save 500 to 700 billion a year. The U.S. Government Accountability Office estimated that fraud cost taxpayers about $521 billion every year. Between 2015 and 2022, Social Security made $72 billion in wrong payments. In 2024 alone, Medicare and Medicaid lost over $140 billion due to errors. Trump's administration focused on stopping this waste. He said saving taxpayer money while protecting benefits is important. He promised that Social Security and Medicare would always be safe. In the future, his team plans to find more ways to reduce fraud without hurting these programs. Former Congresswoman Katie Porter announced she is running for California governor. She made the announcement on Tuesday morning in a campaign video, saying she will bring fresh ideas and stand up to powerful leaders. Porter will compete against other candidates, including Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco and former Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa. Many are also waiting to see if Vice President Kamala Harris will join the race. A source said Harris is expected to decide by the end of summer. Porter, a long-term critic of President Trump, said she will fight against his policies if they harm Californians. In Congress, she strongly challenged Trump's administration. In 2019, she supported his impeachment after reviewing the Mueller report. She lost the 2024 Senate race to Adam Schiff and Steve Garvey, but remains popular for her tough questioning during hearings. As governor, she promised to focus on the economy, climate change, housing, and healthcare. She said she will listen to all voices and work to improve life for Californians. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The U.S. Department of Agriculture cancelled 2 programs that provided $1 billion to schools and food banks to buy food from local farmers. The decision aimed to focus on long-term stable programs instead of temporary funding. The USDA cut $660 million from the Local Food for Schools program, which operated in 40 states. It also cancelled $420 million for the Local Food Purchase Assistance program, which helped food banks provide meals. Schools and food banks already struggling with high costs said this decision would make it harder to offer fresh local food. President Trump's administration, along with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, has focused on reducing government spending. A USDA spokesperson said past administrations misused funds for short-term programs, while the current administration is prioritizing lasting solutions. Many schools lost critical funding. One Arizona school district planned to use 100,000 for fresh fruits and vegetables but had to change its plans. School officials said the cuts made it harder to keep meal costs low and support local farmers. The House was set to vote on a stopgap measure to fund the government through September, just days before a potential shutdown. Speaker Mike Johnson and Republican leaders introduced the bill, which included increased defense spending, more funds for veterans' health care, and cuts to non-defense spending. The bill also allocated additional funding for immigration and customs enforcement. The House narrowly cleared a procedural hurdle, preparing for a final vote. However, the bill needed Democratic support in the Senate, where 60 votes were required for passage. House Democrats opposed the bill, citing cuts to health care, nutritional assistance, and veterans' benefits. With limited Republican support, Speaker Johnson remained confident the bill would pass in the House. Meanwhile, the White House worked to secure votes from hesitant Republicans, with President Trump personally reaching out to key lawmakers. If passed, the bill would move to the Senate, where Democratic approval would be crucial to avoid a government shutdown. Governor Kathy Hochul recently announced $85 million in funding for step-down programs aimed at helping adults with mental illness and developmental disabilities transition back to their communities after inpatient care. The funding, available over 5 years, will support the development of programs that combine critical time intervention teams with the transitional housing. These programs will help individuals live independently after discharge from hospitals or other inpatient settings. Providers in New York City, Long Island, and other regions will receive operating funds and aid to support these programs. The initiative is part of a broader $1 billion mental health plan to improve services and reduce wait times for those with mental health needs. State officials, including the Chief Disability Officer, praised the initiative for ensuring people with disabilities have access to care in the most suitable settings, promoting independence and long-term recovery. Gigi Hadid recently shared insights into her relationship with actor Bradley Cooper. In an interview with Vogue, Hadid, 29 years old, described their relationship as very romantic and happy, but emphasized that she keeps certain aspects private. She explained that privacy is essential for them and they choose not to share every detail of their personal lives. Hadid also reflected on the challenges of dating in the public eye, explaining how it complicates the experience of building normal relationships. She mentioned the difficulty of navigating public interest and gossip, but said it's something she has learned to manage. Regarding her relationship with Cooper, Hadid praised him for being supportive and encouraging, saying it helped boost her own confidence. She feels really lucky to be with him, appreciating the respect and mutual understanding they share. Hadid also spoke about her co-parenting relationship with her ex, Zayn Malik, emphasizing their focus on raising their daughter Kai together with respect. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte was arrested at Manila's International Airport after arriving from Hong Kong. The arrest was made under a warrant from the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity related to the killings during Duterte's controversial anti-drug campaign. The Philippine government confirmed that Duterte was taken into custody after the ICC served an arrest warrant. The ICC has been investigating the mass killings under Duterte's administration, claiming that the attacks were widespread and systematic. The warrant also mentioned concerns that Duterte could interfere with the investigation. Duterte's arrest sparked protests from his supporters, including political allies and former aides, who argued that the ICC had no jurisdiction. Victims' families, however, celebrated the arrest, calling it a long-awaited step for justice. The investigation will continue with calls for accountability for those involved in the drug-related killings under Duterte's regime. Armed militants took control of a train and held over 450 passengers hostage in Balochistan province, Pakistan. The attack occurred in a remote mountainous area near the Afghanistan and Iran borders. The militants haunted the driver and bombed the railway track before boarding the train. The Baloch Liberation Army (BLA), a separatist group fighting for independence, claimed responsibility for the siege. The group issued a warning threatening severe consequences if any attempt was made to rescue the hostages. Among the passengers were women and children. The train, the Jafar Express, was traveling from Quetta to Peshawar when it was stopped by the militants. Local authorities imposed an emergency at hospitals in CB, and the train remained stuck in a mountainous region, complicating rescue efforts. The attack is part of an ongoing insurgency in Balochistan, where violence has escalated since the Taliban regained power in Afghanistan. Los Angeles had the worst air quality in the United States in 2024, according to the annual World Air Quality Report from IQ Air. The report analyzed data from over 40,000 monitoring stations worldwide and found that 91.3% of the world's countries exceeded the World Health Organization's recommended air quality levels. Chad, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and India were among the countries with the poorest air quality, with India's Birmingham being the most polluted city. In the US, Los Angeles ranked as the major city with the highest pollution, while Seattle had the cleanest air. The report also highlighted that 99% of the global population lived in areas with poor air quality. Air pollution remains a leading cause of health problems, including asthma, lung disease, and cancer. Experts warn that significant efforts are needed to protect human health and environmental stability. Let's have a look on today's sports story. Manchester United revealed plans to build a new 100,000-seat stadium next to its historic Old Trafford. The club's co-owner Jim Ratcliffe shared the exciting news, calling it the start of a journey to create the world's greatest football stadium. The decision follows months of considering whether to redevelop the current stadium or construct a new one. Old Trafford, which has hosted Manchester United since 1910, will be replaced by a state-of-the-art facility as part of a larger plan to regenerate the area. The new stadium could create up to 92,000 new jobs and 17,000 homes, attracting 1.8 million visitors annually. The architectural design features a unique web-like structure that will harvest energy and rainwater, as well as a public plaza larger than London's Trafalgar Square. While Old Trafford has been a symbol of United's dominance, its age has led to comparisons with more modern venues. With the team's fortunes struggling in recent years, this new development offers a fresh start and a chance to create new memories for the future. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,573.06. The NYSE Composite is increased by 66.72 points or 0.34%. Tokyo stock close price is 36,887.17. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 817.76 points or 2.17%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,372.55. The Shanghai index is decreased by 8.55 points or 0.25%. Hong Kong stock close price is 24,231.30. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 138.41 points or 0.57%. Bombay stock close price is 74,332.58. The Sensex index is decreased by 7.51 points or 0.01%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump doubles tariffs on Canadian metals. Ontario responds by cancelling electricity surcharge. US restarts intelligence sharing and security aid to Ukraine following ceasefire deal. Trump promised to protect Social Security and Medicare without cuts. Former Representative Katie Porter announced a run for California governor, promised to challenge Trump. USDA cut $1 billion in food funding for schools and food banks. House Republicans seek support for stopgap bill to prevent shutdown. Governor Hochul announces funding for programs to support individuals with mental illness and disabilities. Gigi Hadid talks about her romantic and happy relationship with Bradley Cooper. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte arrested on ICC warrant over drug killings. Militants hijack train in Balochistan, hold 450 passengers hostage. Los Angeles and India among the worst air quality cities in 2024 report. And Manchester United announces plan for new 100,000-seat stadium near Old Trafford. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.